everybody, welcome back to the rePORTER Show, man, where we talk all things Wayland Sports and give you guys that weekly wrap-up of everything going on. This week, we ain't have a lot going on. We just had baseball and softball, so we're going to try to fill y'all in on everything that happened with them. Softball, sadly, did not have great videos, so I'm not even going to be able to put the highlights up for softball, so I'm sorry for that. But we're going to go ahead and kick this one off with baseball, man. They had the midweek game against Southwest last week on Tuesday. Sort of like a little bounce back because last time they played Southwest, they lost. And we don't lose to Southwest because they sorry. So, you know what I'm saying? We just got to come out here and do what we're supposed to do. And we did exactly that. I ain't going to lie, though, Southwest did help us out a lot. In that first inning, their pitcher was buns. You know what I'm saying? To say it as best I can, Buddy was terrible. In the first inning, their pitcher, he hit a batter. He walked the next two guys. Then he hit the next two guys. Then he walked another guy, and then he hit another guy. So we didn't have to do anything. We scored 5 runs with 0 hits.
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why last time, y'all, when I was talking so bad about baseball, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is the team we lost. So I was just like, okay, now this is what we need, all right? So bottom third, we finally got it going offensively. Cooper added 2 more runs to that with this single to right field. And then Nava scored another with a sac fly to left to make it 9-0. Bottom 4, BP doubled to left field to start it off. Then Samuel drove him in with a single to left. And then Felix hit a 2-run shot to cap off that inning to make it 12-0. I ain't gonna keep on going on with that game because, I mean, you see where the route is going. We ended up winning that one 14-3. And some notable players from this one was Felix, who was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a home run. Memo was 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. And BP was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And so that was a manhandle.
And they pitcher. Don't forget to mention him.
Yeah.
He played a game for Wayland too,
Yeah,
bro. He had a Wayland jersey on.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that was a game that we should have won, and we did win. So that was good to see. We finally broke that streak. It was a bad little streak that we was on, but we finally broke that streak. And that's what I was talking about earlier in the year when I said that a midweek game is something that you want where your team can build a lot of confidence. Because, I mean, you already know competition. You done played 40 games already this year, you know what I'm saying, however many games it is. And it's like, okay, you know where your competition is. At this point, you just need what you need for the team.
True. And
so that was really good to see. They ended up run ruling them boys, and so they went into the weekend on a good little dub. So they had the weekend series against Southwestern Christian in Oklahoma. In game 1, they played a 9-inning game first. I think it was because of weather, so they wanted to get a 9-inning game out the West, so they played a 9-inning game first. Top third, we had bases loaded. A balk allowed 1 run to come across. I don't really know how he balked. I don't know. They just said it was balk, so it is balk. And then a wild pitch allowed 2 more runs to score. So just like the game against Southwest, we didn't really earn nothing. They just giving us points. So I'm like, okay, cool. We like that. So it was 3-0 off tops. Then Samuel hit an inside the park home run. Now, how in the world he did that? I don't know, because I don't know, their video isn't as great as ours, you know what I'm saying? So they didn't get the play.
Rush on their side,
you know what I'm saying? They didn't get the plays in the corner of the outfield. So he hit I'm assuming it was a moonshot. And I think it bounced off the wall, and the outfielder either just got tripped up or something out there, or when it ricocheted, he, tried to stop and he slipped. Whatever happened, the ball got away from him, and Samuel just kept running. And so he had an inside the park home run, and so that made it 4-0 after 3 innings of play. So top 4, foul ball, fly out, allowed Van to tag and score, and then the ball was thrown away. And Riley scored another one to make it 6-0. So Southwestern Christian was not playing a clean game. They weren't playing a clean game at all. They was just giving us a lot of stuff, and we just kept it going. Top 5, Samuel single to left field to add on another run. Now it's 7-0. Top 8, bases loaded, 1 out. 1 run scored on a pass ball, just like the other time. And then Cooper drove in 2 with a single to right to make it 10-0.
Man.
So 10-0.
Yeah.
9 in the game. 10-run rule is what takes it. Juan took care of business on the mound for us through 6 innings. He shut him out with a stat line of 3 hits, 5 walks, and 5 Ks. Buddy, it was solid. It was a very solid stat line. I think this is his 3rd start back, so I feel like he's really in the groove now. Really got something going. So he handled business on the mound. They did not score a single run. Some notable players from this one was Cooper, who was 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs, and Sam Webb's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs himself. Game 2, I'm hoping to keep it going. So let's see what happens. Potts came in. Rough start. Really rough start. Was not good. Gave up a leadoff home run. Then he walked the next 2. Then he gave up
home run.
Yeah.
That means the first
First
dude.
batter of the game.
Man, that hurts. Yeah, that one hurts.
First batter of the game got a home run. Then he walked the next 2 guys. Then he gave up 2 more base knocks to put us down 5-0 at the end of 1. So in the very first inning, they got a 5 spot, and it's like, dang, that's a killer.
That one.
That's a mood killer.
Put yourself in a
Yeah.
hole.
And it's one of those situations where, I'm talking about consistency. You know what I'm saying? Some days you're good, some days you're not. You got to find that consistency. So, of course, they ended up putting in another pitcher. Top third, Cooper got it going here with a single to center field to score our first run of the game. So, it's 5-1 then. Then Gustavo Nava hit a little bloop shot over second to score Coop and made it 5-2. Then, after that, top 4, after 2 walks, Hato came up and hit a 2 RBI triple to center to make it 5-4. So, these boys working.
Yeah.
They working. They said we ain't going to give up. Yeah, they
getting back into it.
Absolutely. 5-4. So then, top 5, Cooper again with another RBI single up the middle to tie it at 5-all. So with 2 innings remaining in this game, we tied the game back up at 5-all. So that's not only big ups to the batters for staying locked in, but for the pitcher that came in relief, which was Grayson. You know what I'm saying? He gave us an opportunity to continue to still be in this game. You know what I'm saying?
He kept him in it.
Yeah, definitely. So big ups to you, Grayson. Then Coach had Felix pinch hit for Nava. Now I didn't understand why. I mean, it wasn't a bad decision, but I just didn't know why. Typically, you pinch hit for a guy if he hasn't gotten a hit in the game or he's struggling. I didn't think Nava was struggling, but whatever feeling Coach had, he said, all right, this is the time for you to come in this game and just let this be it. So he had Felix pinch hit, and boy was it clutch. He went on to hit a 2-run home run here in the top half of the last inning to make it 7-5 us in that last inning. All of these hits came with 2 strikes. So that's like I said, not only did the hitters lock in, but we had so many 2-strike counts where we won. And two-strike hitting ain't easy because not only are you constantly defending, you don't want to strike out. And typically when you're in the mindset of I don't want to strike out rather than I want to get a hit, it's a little bit more difficult for you to do what you that you are able to do.
Doing what you do.
Exactly.
You're not playing smoothly.
Exactly.
And I feel like that hurts, and for us to be able to overcome that consistently is huge.
Yeah, that is. That's big time.
Especially crawling out of the hole,
that 5-0
exactly deficit we had and
Yeah.
bringing us back from that. So that's huge on us.
That's a team that I like to see. That's something that I like to see because not only did we not give up, but we also didn't lay down in the smaller situations as well. So many 2-strike ABs where we were down 5-2, 5-1, and we had 2 strikes on us, and it was like, I'm finna strike out, or that wasn't the thought process though. It was like, hey, I gotta get a hit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And so they kept clawing back, and like I said, we took the lead 7-5 there in the last inning. And then Grayson came in, like I said, for relief the rest of that game. And after a terrible first inning by Potts, he did his job. And through 5 2/3, he gave up no runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, and 5 Ks. And we ended up winning that game 7-6. And so that was really, really, really big.
To me, that's a big deal for our team. I don't know how good Southwest Christian is. It might have been a game or a series we were expecting to win.
I think we were both. They were one series ahead of us.
Okay.
So we took the series, winning game 2, which put us above them in the rankings.
Well, good, yeah. So they're obviously a worthy opponent, and you got to think how many times we talked about this year they've been within a run or tied going into the last couple innings, and then we fumble it and lose the game by 4 or 5 runs. So for them to be in that situation in a big time conference game and dig deep and finish this one out, that's big time for them because that's something that we haven't seen a lot from them to this point in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Some notable players from this one was Cooper, who was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and Felix was 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs with that clutch home run, and Hato was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. So had a lot of players step up and do what they were supposed to be doing. Game 3, going into game 3 is the last game. You just want to win the series at this point. I mean, you want to sweep the series. You already won the series. You want to sweep the series at this point. So game 3, top third, Hato and Van had back-to-back singles to start this one off. Some great base running there by Van, who saw Hato taking third to throw, went to third instead of going to second to the cutoff man. They always say to hit the cutoff because they want to keep the runners out of scoring position. So once Van saw the throw go to third, he automatically took off and put himself in scoring position as well. So now we got runners at second and third. Yes, exactly. Great awareness. So had runners in second and third off rips. Then JJ hit an RBI single up the middle to open up the scoring. Then a ground out by Cooper scored another to make it 2-0. Top five, JJ double to left field. Then Coop again with another RBI single up the middle to make it 3-1. Top of the sixth after the single by Memo, Delvis cleaned up the bases with a 2-run shot to right field to make it 5-1. And so this game looked like we were taking over offensively. And whenever we take over offensively, a lot of times we struggle on the pitching side of things. But today, that was not the case. Baca, I'm telling you, I love this dude, bro, because he's not a strikeout guy, but he always gets the job done. He just gets in there and throws a lot of strikes. And that's all you can ask for from a pitcher. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody like the guy that throws 90 whatever, and everybody like the guy that's got a crazy curve, you know, all that extra stuff. The strikeout guy, that's what everybody loves. But I feel like a lot of people overlook the guys that just get outs, however they can
go
get
out there and
you know what I'm saying?
job
Just
done.
go ahead and get the job done. Exactly.
Or however.
Exactly.
Nothing too flashy.
That's what I'm
fundamental.
saying. Very fundamental guy.
Yeah.
And so that's Baca. That's Baca on the money right there. So, like I said, he had a complete game. Did what he always does, throw strikes. He only gave up 2 runs on 7 hits, 3 walks, and he had 1 strikeout. And we ended up winning that game 5-2. And so some notable players from this one was JJ, who was 2 for 4 with the RBI. Cooper was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And Delvis was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a home run. So this team had a complete turnaround. It was a really big bounce back weekend. Ended up sweeping the series. And then, of course, they took that midweek game. So they went from an 11-game losing streak to a 4-game winning streak going into this weekend against a really, really tough matchup against Oklahoma City, number 24 team in the nation, or number 25, number 24, I believe.
Okay.
So Oklahoma City, in our past years, we have not had a lot of luck against them, so I hope this year is a little bit different for them, especially coming off of a good weekend of baseball.
4 wins in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got 4 wins in a row. So a team with momentum, it don't matter who it is. Anybody with momentum is a hard team to beat. Of course, it's going to be a lot more tough going to Oklahoma City and playing them, but, you know, at least I'd rather be on a 4-game win streak than a 4-game losing streak going into the big game like that. So maybe all you have to go out there and compete with them. They can beat them.
Yeah.
I mean,
For sure, and especially seeing that they can come back from being down and, you know, back against the wall.
Yeah.
Things not looking good for us, and then you come out and show up when your number's called. Like you said, being down in the strike count and stuff like that. We've proven that we can do it, and I feel like at this point in the season, we have all the momentum that we need, all the confidence that we need to go out there and get the job done.
absolutely. Facts.
I think the biggest thing for baseball this weekend was just the fact that, like you said, when we got down in the count, I think we really worked on shortening up and just getting the ball in play. And I think that was such a big thing because it was just like, listen, a lot of times I see so many guys, they taking the same swing, the same hack, and it's just like, hey, you got 2 strikes on you. You're supposed to be protecting a little bit. And I feel like we shortened up a lot this weekend. We dropped down some bunts here and there, had really good base running, and then on the defensive side of things, we had really clean games, and we pitched very well outside of that 1 first inning in the game 2. And so if you take all of that and you combine it, yeah, you should be winning. True. You know what I'm saying? This is a team, like I've said before, this is a team with a lot of talent. We just haven't had a lot of great games played. And so if you match that up and you put that together time and time again, you're going to get some wins.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to stop.
Yeah, exactly.
The last thing I'm going to say about our baseball team, up to this point in the season at least, it seemed like we can beat anybody and we lose to anybody too. Like we'll lose to Southwest Christian or not Southwest Christian,
Southwest.
Yeah, US Dub or like OPSU, but then you know we can go and beat OCU on the road too. So it's just like which team are we going to see this weekend? That's really what it comes down to. But hopefully it's the one that can go out there and compete with any team in the country.
That's the thing, and that's what I said like last week is that consistency. That's the biggest thing that comes down to it, and the only thing that's going to get us wins this weekend is being consistent. I think if we go in there and we wishy-washy and some guys are here and some guys ain't, and then some pitchers are and some it ain't gonna get the job done. If you go in there and do what y'all did this past weekend and you play consistent ball, you do the same thing over and over again, and you know how to play this game, you're gonna get a win or 2. You know what I'm saying? You might even get a little. Y'all gonna get a win or 2, all right? We gonna get a win or 2. I need a win or 2. That's all I need. I ain't gonna ask for too much. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one on to the next subject, man. We got softball. Softball had their series against Sagu. Now, Sagu is at the bottom of the conference for softball. So this is a series where you went into it and you thinking to yourself, we need to sweep them.
Yeah, for sure.
We need to sweep them because we're in the middle of the pack right now. And all you want to do is put yourself in a good position that when it comes down to the SAC tournament, you're not playing a top dog.
True.
You don't want to play USAO.
No.
You don't want to play Oklahoma City. Them two right there, top 5 in the nation, not just top 5 in the conference, they top 5 in the nation. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, Oklahoma City 44-2. Okay, Science and Arts 36-7. So we don't want to run into them.
Granted, we ain't scared of y'all.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We're not scared of OCU, nor are we scared of USAO.
Yeah.
But we rather not play in first round.
First round, no. You want to warm up to them. So I think right now with where we're at, we are 5th in the conference. And so this weekend, I will get to that. But right now, we're 5th in the conference. And so playing SAGU is a series where we need to take the sweep. All right? So let me go ahead and take y'all in this one. Game 1, the first inning for us was a hit parade. It surely was. Reagan, single to right. Jaden, single to center. Michaela, single to center to driving in the run. And Berkeley, single to right, scoring 2 to make it 3-0 out the gate. After Jaden stole third, Berkeley singled up the middle to score her to make it 4-0. Then Maddie doubled to left field for another RBI to make it 5-1 in the 4th. Addie continued her work from last week, and she did what she did on the mound with only giving up 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and a strikeout to help us win this one 6-2. Some notable players from this one was Michaela, who was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and Berkeley was 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs as well. And so I'm sorry that we couldn't get the highlights from this game, but y'all can send a nice message to SAGU because they got such great sports network for all the fall sports, but when it comes down to the spring, they don't want to do nothing. So I'm calling y'all out. I know y'all don't watch this, but I don't care. Somebody need to send it to y'all because y'all need to do better.
To me, it's just, I don't know, it's a little ironic how the team that's at the bottom of the SAC, all of a sudden, SAGU don't want to broadcast their games or send out any film. Like, why you don't want to show the country the sorry teams in your program? The basketball, football, y'all want to have an ESPN-type broadcast. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was surprised. I was like, this is the school that normally has a very well put together broadcast. And I checked out the, boy, let me tell you what I seen for softball. It was a phone in the stands on a little stick, you know, the little selfie stick. I promise you. And it was on Facebook live stream.
But come on, bro.
No, nothing else. Nothing else. I said, now y'all want to put together the whole shebang bang when it's football, basketball, volleyball, y'all doing it up.
For the other sports, but the Lasari team is not very good. And they don't want to show nobody.
I said, what is this? What is this? Anywho, we're going to get on with the rest of the games. Game 2. Out of 21 batters, we had 15 flyouts.
Oh, man.
So that tells you the story right there. I said, what in the world have y'all done with the team that played in game 1? What's going on? Last game we had 10 hits. This game we had 3. 3 with 15 flyouts. On the defensive side of things, it was still a clean game. We had no errors. But we couldn't stop them from scoring. They only went 1 inning where they did not score a run. 1 inning. So you know how that went. We ended up getting run ruled. We lost that one 9-0 to a team at the bottom of the conference. So I'm thinking to myself, y'all better clean it up. Y'all better clean it up because it's only 1. I get it. Sometimes you drop 1. But at this point, I know. That's what I said too. The run rule?
I understand, you know, it's a close game.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some at that point. But
The run
9-0 to the bottom team in the conference, that hurts.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie.
Little disappointing, especially you know they can play good and like I don't think nobody expected to get run ruled to the bottom team in the conference.
No sir.
To Facebook Live, you know.
That puts so much more pressure on game 3 for that series though.
That's exactly what I was finna get into. That's the thing because you lose game 2, now you think to yourself, we can't lose again.
Yeah, now you can't.
You can't lose again.
Now you can't lose a series.
You can't.
Better not lose a series.
You literally can't. So I'm gonna take y'all into game 3 and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Game 3. Back to it. Jaden singled, then Jenna singled. Then that scored Jaden from second. Then Berkeley tripled to right field to score another run. So there's a big hit right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's better.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot better. Then Ariana singled to drive in another run to go up 3-0 in the first. So very reminiscent of the very first game. That's what I like to see. Get out early and stay on throughout the rest of this game. Top of the second, Madison singled to right, then Reagan doubled to left field to score her to make it 4-0. Then the Absidy singled to right field, then Reagan cleaned up again with the RBI single to center field. And Jaden doubled to left field to score another to make it 6-0. So y'all see the route this one was going on. We ended up taking this one away from them. Clarissa did her job on the mound, giving up she gave up no runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So she did her job on the mound, we did our job at the plate, and we ended up run ruling them. Nothing this game. So we flipped the script. Flipped it up. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, that's all right. Now let's win the game 4, because if you don't win game 4, it don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not saying it would have taken us out of the playoffs. We're in the playoffs. We're in the playoffs guaranteed. The problem is you don't want to be at the bottom of the playoffs because, like I said, you playing them top 2 teams. Don't want that.
By any means necessary. Not playing them.
Don't want to play them.
Not first round, at least.
Exactly. And so game 4, got to win it. So first inning, Sagu came in and put 4 back-to-back hits, scoring 2. In our first 2 innings, we came 3 up, 3 down. So it did not look good at the beginning of this game. Did not look good at all. So I was like, okay,
I'm not trying to see no game 2
yeah.
again.
I said, y'all better step up. Y'all better step it up. Top of the 3rd, we had a quick 2 outs. Pop out, and then a pop out. I said, okay. Now we looking slow. We looking slow. But then Aaliyah doubled to left field. Then Reagan singled to right field to score her to make it 2-1 Sagu. So I'm like, okay, we got a little life here. We scored with 2 outs. That's big. Scoring with 2 outs is always big. So top of the 4th, they said, we not playing with y'all no more. That's exactly what they said. Because Berkeley singled, Michaela doubled, Ariana doubled, Absidy singled, Aaliyah triple.
Ooh, man.
You know what I'm saying? To put up.
Wow. Everybody else, like, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, so top 5, man, or top of the 4th.
You've been listening too much. You've been listening too much rap music, bro. Come on, bro.
I'm talking about the hits, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Top of the 4th, we put up 5 more runs to make it 6-2 after all them hits came down. You know what I'm saying? After that first inning, Addie locked it down from there. She didn't let them score again. We ended up winning this game 8-2. Some notable players was Jaden, who was 2 for 4. Berkeley was 2 for 4. Michaela was 2 for 4. Leah was 2 for 3. And they all had RBIs. So everybody did their job. They ended up getting a series win like we asked. You know what I'm saying? They got the series win. And now they end up in the middle of the conference facing off against Southwestern Christian, who is 18-14 in conference, and we are 16-16. Oh, okay. So the only answer to this is win 3 games, at least. Yeah. Because if you win 3 games, we'll be tied. But when you win the head-to-head, you're above them in the rankings. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if we win 3 games, we'll have the same conference record, but of course we have the head-to-head. So if we win 4, then we take control of it. If you win 2.
And so we're in 5th and Southwest Christian in 4th.
Yes.
So do you know how it works as far as like
seeding?
Yeah, or like I know the top 4 get a home game first round, kind of like how they do basketball.
So baseball,
they all go to the same spot and just play.
Baseball goes to 2 fields. And for whatever reason, Oklahoma City and Science and USAO are always the top 2 teams in baseball and in softball. So it's always in Oklahoma City.
So we even first round, that's still we all got to travel.
You're still gonna go there.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's the setup, even if they weren't top 2, but because they're always top 2, nobody ever knows. So it's just those are the top 2, and those are the teams that host. So Oklahoma City, I know for baseball, Oklahoma City hosts and Science and Arts hosts. So it's 4 teams at USAO's field, 4 teams at Oklahoma City's field. They play. And the winners of those sides play in the championship game. Yeah. I'm assuming this is the same setup because this is also an 8-team playoff. So I don't see why they would do different. So I think it'll be 4 teams at Oklahoma City and 4 at USAO, and whoever wins, and they go to the championship game and play each other.
So I guess this game they're probably gonna play. I don't know if 4 plays 5 or how they do it.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but they see it a little.
I guess this game does matter in the sense that is it the last game? The last series of the season?
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess it does matter in the sense of who do they want to play in the semifinal? Because they know they're going to have to run into OCU or USAO, obviously, hopefully, if they're winning games. But it really comes down to who you want to play in the semifinal, OCU or USAO. Yeah. And so, because obviously if they lose, they're going to be 5th, and they're probably going to play with the 1. Yeah. And if they win, they'll probably end up playing the 2. So,
depending on how they do theirs, because like I said, softball is a little bit different than baseball, but it's about the same. I think what happens is if you win the first game, you end up playing the top 2 teams. Oh, okay. That's it. Because it goes, you win the first game, and if it's double elimination like baseball, you win the first game, you got to play either Oklahoma City or USAO, whoever won. And then you lose to them, you play in the losers bracket, you're probably gonna win the losers bracket. Then you come back up and you play them again.
So you were okay. So USAO and OCU might play each other before.
No. So
they're not gonna play each other before championship?
so on their own sides of the brackets, there is losing brackets in their own bracket. So what I'm saying is, so like for example, what we did last year, we always ended up beating the first team we played. Whether it be MACU or Southwestern Christian or SAGU, whoever it was, we always won the first game. The second game was always USAO, because that was the bracket we always ended up in. So we played USAO, ended up losing. Then we played SAGU again, or whoever we beat the first time, or whoever they beat the first time in that same bracket. We beat them, we go back and play them again.
You work your way. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to end up playing a top dog
one of the two,
game 2 if they win game 1, which they should. I have no doubt they should win. Certified nominees this week. I ain't no competition. I said your name in every single game. That's typically how I do the If y'all ever wonder how I do certified nominees when it comes down to games and not track meets and things of that nature where it's just other things like that, if I say your name in every single game, you did something. Because if you under the notable player of every single game, then buddy, you're certified. You know what I'm saying? True. He went 6 for 13. He has 7 RBIs.
Yeah, that's nice.
The biggest, exactly. And the biggest thing, I want to say first, Felix, shout out to you, big dog, because he got sack player of the week for us. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to feel like, how you looking over the sack player of the week? Well, listen, Cooper went 6 for 13 with 7 RBIs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's cold.
That's cold. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, Felix. He big dog. You know the walk-off home run. Well, not walk-off, but you know the go-ahead home run. That's big time. That's big time. And I give you your props, big dog. But you going 6 for 13 with 7 RBIs, and he was the one that hit a lot of those. He had a lot of plays in the game where he got us back within striking.
You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We needed to play, and he made the play happen.
Exactly. And so when we're down 5-2 or whatever it was, he was the one that tied the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then Felix came up, hit that little walk-off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so big shout out to you, Felix, but also Cooper. I wanted to give him certified nominee because I remember talking to him in the fall, and I thought to myself, he was telling me, he said, my fall was not good. He said, you know, I don't know. I'll see how the year goes, but probably after this year, I'll probably just, you know, I'll let that be that. And, you know, I was thinking to myself, I mean, I feel you, man, but, you know, you just never know what happens. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you go from not having a good fall at all, and then you come in the spring, and you start popping off. And I feel like a lot of people don't always pay attention to the underdog, but I promise you, big dog, I'm going to pay attention to you. When you go 6 for 13, you got 7 RBIs, and you didn't come out so hot at the beginning of the year, big props to you, man.
We gotta give him his
the hard work.
Hard work.
Staying the course is not easy, man.
Yeah.
So
it's not
for him to do that and then shine in conference, yeah, he's certified for sure.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, actually, the track you mentioned last week, how they did at whatever meet it was, WWT maybe. Brett Wilburn, my boy Brett Wilburn. He snapped me and said, hey, man, y'all ain't say nothing about me. I got 6 in the high jump.
Oh, my fault.
So, you know what? It might be a little beef between you and Brett. he have a lot good to say about you. But I told him, I said, you know what? Next time, I'm going to give him a shout-out because I appreciate him. He watches every episode, and so obviously he noticed that we didn't mention him. So, Brett, shout out to you for getting 6th place. I don't know how many contestants it was, but shout out to you for getting 6th place.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to leave him out.
Absolutely. I ain't mean to leave you out, but I will check the contestants. If it was 7 of them, it
better not have been 6 contestants. Yeah, they better not have been,
I'm going to check now. If it was 7, I'm going to come get you, big dog. But no, shout out to you, man. I'm going to go ahead and get into these upcoming games because we got to close this one out. Friday, track and field, SAC championships, both men's and women's, this weekend on Friday and Saturday. Softball has a home matchup against Southwestern Christian at 2 and 4. So this is the big matchup for them to end the regular season. So y'all come out and support, man, on me. Saturday, softball again versus Southwestern Christian at 12 and 2. Baseball will be away this weekend at number 24 in Oklahoma City. Sunday, men's golf will start their SAC championships, and I think they will play through Monday. And then on Monday, women's golf will start their SAC championships, and they will play through Tuesday. So, got 3 SAC championships this weekend. I better see some hardware next Tuesday.
Come back with some hardware. I know men's golf will.
I guess we won't cover them until the following week.
Oh, men's golf?
Yeah, and women's golf because it'll be during the week that we're doing it. So, hopefully by next week, we got some good news for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and close this one out, man, and we'll catch y'all same time next week. That's it.
Appreciate it.